Hello and hi everyone, I am Aina Safia with my friend Fasiha. We'll be presenting our video critiques for subject ELC650. The title of our movie is Late Night that was published in year 2019. The synopsis of this movie is about Catherine Newbury, is a British import, has hosted the late night talk show since 1991, and for at least 10 years, his rating have been declined. The reason for it vary from being a snob and all male writing staff to complacency. So as a new network president, Caroline threatens Catherine tenure as she decides to shake things up. For the first time in a long time hire a woman. The woman is Molly Petter, who has no experience in comedy but network her way into the job. Which, as you can see in the boys' club culture, Catherine Foster, this doesn't go over well. However, with fresh insight and less fear than she should have, Molly takes being a diversity hire and fights to legitimize herself. Even if her peers and her boss make this one of the greatest challenge of her life.
Now, the synopsis of video excerpt. The scene chosen depicts a situation in which Catherine Newbury, played by Dame Emma Thompson, is a pioneer and legendary host on the late-night talk show circuit. When she's accused of being a woman who hates women, she puts affirmative action on the to-do list. And presto, Molly, played by Mindy Kaling, is hired as one woman in Catherine's all-male writer's room. But Molly might be too little too late, as the formidable Catherine also faced the reality of low rating and a network that wants to replace her, wanting to prove that she is not merely a diversity hire who's disrupting the comfort of the brotherhood. Molly, determined to help Catherine revitalize her show and career, and possibly effect even bigger challenge at the same time. There are a few critical incidents that we have highlighted in this movie. So, let's proceed to the first critical incident.
In a single-income household, and Jen and I just had our second baby, Taylor. Adorable, huh?
She takes after you.
Yeah, thanks. So there's just a lot of expenses at home right now, and I think it's time for a raise.
I see. This is actually very exciting to me.
Really? Great.
Because what you're describing is the most clear-cut example of the classic sexist argument for the advancement of men in the workplace. You're asking for a raise not because of any work-related contribution you've made, but simply because you have a family. And that's why in the 1950s, family men were promoted over the women they worked with. I've never encountered it, actually, in such a clean, teachable way.
I don't think that's at all what's happening.
I can't give you a raise, Gabe. It's like giving a raise to a drug addict.
What?
Well, your situations are virtually identical. A drug addict makes certain decisions outside of work for their sense of self and comfort, and then the addiction demands more time, more energy, more money, just like a child.
My child's like a drug problem?
Exactly.
The first critical incident is about work ethic. Work ethic is the way in which employees in an organization regulate themselves and their overall attitude to work, but can also refer to morality or lack thereof that permits a workplace. In this scene, there are Catherine employees ask for raise up his salary. He also asks nicely and state a reason why he wants to raise up his salary. Unfortunately, Catherine does not agree with it. She also being so rude and told him that he's shy like a drunk. This causes Catherine as a leader in the office, but nobody dares to criticize her. Nevertheless, she also thinks what she doing is right to her employee, like terminates a good writer in the office. These scenes will be an effect, such as lead to bad employee relation with the employer. the employees will lose respect each other. It also damages to company credibility. As my recommendation, in this scene, Catherine, as a leader, she should not say those lines to her employee. She should talk nicely, even she does not agree with it.
Hey, Dick, I already got hired at Kimmel.
I thought you said Kimmel isn't hiring.
Guys, there's a lot of reasons Caroline can be here. Maybe she wants to sleep with me. Hey, man, it's a little early in the morning for you to be this sexually charged, okay? So let's just... sorry to interrupt your coffee cake and catching up, but Catherine is in the writer's room.
The second critical incident is interruption. Interruption refers to a speech event which one person breaks in to interject while another person is talking. It could be polite or rude interruption situation in the workplace, just like in the video, which Catherine's assistant entered the room while they are talking to each other. He also interrupts them nicely by saying sorry at the first. Then he tells them that Catherine was waiting in the meeting room. This will be effect to an organization. Every employer and employee must be polite in the workplace. It also can control or eliminate self-destruction. As my recommendation to these scenes, these situations is such a good way to show how to work in the workplace industry. Not just being talkative among the workers, but we must think first before making an action. Just like Catherine's assistant want to interrupt them.
If I may, I just want to say it is such an honor to meet you, Miss Newberry. I'm Chris Reynolds.
My name is Eugene Mancuso, and when my parents got divorced, this
I
show...
don't know who any of you are. I don't know who any of them are.
Tom? I'm Tom. I write the monologue. I'm actually the youngest monologue writer in the history of the show.
No, I don't care.
No? Okay.
Do you know what? I'm not going to remember any of this, so here's what we're going to do. You're 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Catherine.
Oh, Burdett, thank God. How's your baby?
She's 27. Her baby's doing well. She's started preschool. She's,
Never mind. I don't want to know. I don't know why I asked, actually. You're 5, 6, 7. That's what I'm going to call you all from now on. It's just easier.
Okay, the third critical incident is about attitude. Attitude is a psychology state of mind. It is the way a person thinks about a situation, and it ultimately determines of the behavior. In the workplace, employees can have either positive or negative attitudes about specific works, products or services, co-worker or management, or the company as a whole. In this scene, show Catherine and her workers in the meeting room. When the meeting starts, she does not remember all her staff name. She also misunderstands about Burdett's matter. Then she makes her own rules, which she set all her staff name by a number. Nobody say anything about it. Every one of them just agree what Catherine wants to do. The scene causes the new network president, Caroline, threatens to end Catherine's tenure. She decides to shake things up, as formidable Catherine also faced the reality of low rating and a network that wants to replace her. The effect of a negative attitude often develops and permeates throughout the department, creating problems with performance and effectiveness. As my recommendation, either the employee or employees must show a good attitude in the workplace. A good attitude in the workplace becomes a basic thing. When you get to know them, I'm very sure they will be appreciate you.
You start. Okay, now, but it could be fun. Just like that'd be your job.
Who are you?
I'm Molly. I'm a new writer.
The new female writer.
Yeah, I can see that, Brad. What are those?
These are cupcakes. They're my way of saying thank you for this amazing
You're
opportunity.
late.
Late? I thought it was almost 2 hours early.
Does it look like you're early?
Brad told her we start at 10.
Oh. Well, get in here then.
Should I?
What? You want to sit down?
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so
Right off the obvious one,
that's where Mendelsohn sits. He's in the bathroom, so.
Okay.
And that's McCreary's seat.
Could you sit down, please?
I want to. I'm trying.
Could you try harder?
Yes. Oh, okay. I'll just use this trash can. There's hardly any trash in it at all. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, it's kind of comfortable. Better than a chair.
You're 8.
What?
Your name is 8.
Molly?
None of this matters. Why would anyone care what your name is? Do none of you understand what is at stake here? I am being replaced as host of this show.
The next negative critiques in this movie is about behavior. Behavior refers to a person in control his or her action, or the behavior attribute, which refer to the way the person behave towards the other peoples. In scenes 4 show that Molly, which is a new writer, come to the office and enter the meeting room. Then suddenly Catherine say you are late. Meanwhile, the Molly come 2 hours early instead of she's supposed to come at 10 a.m. Then Catherine asks her to sit down beside the male writer, but the chair was belong to someone else. Then Molly suddenly turn up the trash bin, then throw the rubbish and sit on the trash bin without thinking anyone was watching her. The causes in this scene happen when Catherine made her own assumption without asking Molly why she come late, whereas Molly needs to come 2 hours later. And other than that, the other staff does not prepare an extra chair since they know the new writer will attend the meeting. That caused Molly turn up the trash bin and throw the rubbish and sit on that. The effect of this bad behavior will give impact not only for ourselves but also for other people, because it will make others feel not comfortable, and it also will lead to higher turnover staff when the employee has bad behavior. So the recommendation, as an employer, they should show a good behavior to the employees by not make their own assumption, and also as a new employee, they should find another alternative or other way in order to get something.
I told everyone to be here at 8.
Oh, he got a call from his girlfriend, so it's gonna be a while. They're actually newly long distance, and I think it's been really hard for her.
Has it been? Has it been hard for McCrary's girlfriend? Oh,
Love you too.
you must be McCrary.
Oh, wow.
How's your girlfriend?
Good, really good. Yeah, she just got this new job, so she's a little emotional. She misses me.
Well, she's going to be seeing a lot more of you now because you're fired. Could you?
The next negative critics in this movie is about disrespectful. This refers to any kind of behavior that is unprofessional, inappropriate, rude, unpleasant, disturbing, or offensive. In scene 5, show that Catherine was looking for McCary. Then the one of the employees said that McCary got a call from his girlfriend. This shows that McCary are not being able to separate his personal life during working. He also do not care about the meeting and end the call while walking in the meeting room. These causes happen when before this, every meeting Catherine never present herself during meeting session, and she always represent her secretary or her assistant. That cause the employee does not have any respectful manners. The effect is, if someone does not being able to respect the leader, they will face a problem like terminate from workplace. The recommendation is all employees must be wise in managing their personal life without interrupting their working life. The employee also need to respect the employer as their leader.
Hey, what?
I'm really honored to be presenting my ideas here today.
Oh, God, I wish I was John Phillips.
So I thought I would take a step back and see what wasn't working. This is what I do at quality control of the chemical plant, and I thought I would do that here. The headline of my analysis is complacency. And I noticed that there's 3 major areas where there could be a lot of improvement. The first is your overall unwillingness to do high concept recurring bits, where you have to physically leave the studio. Those are the ones that can go viral if executed well. The second is your total lack of presence on social media. You seem to have contempt for it, which feels ill-advised because most of your audience is watching on their phones. The third, I think people get very excited when you share your beliefs. So what you just said about the Miss America pageant, that was awesome. When you reveal those kind of strong opinions, it's when you really come alive as a performer.
That's when I come alive as a performer.
Yeah,
Can I see that?
absolutely.
The last positive critics in this movie is about teamwork. Teamwork is generally understood as the willingness of a group of people to work together to achieve a common aims. In this scene, show that Molly, a new writer, write her joke monologue to show for Catherine. Then after Catherine read, she asked their employees for an opinion. All the employees give their good and bad opinion. So the effect of this teamwork, a good teamwork among the employer and employee will avoid the argument or any dissatisfaction among the team in handle their project. The recommendation, every employer and employee needs to instill the spirit of teamwork among themselves. With teamwork, this close-knit relationship will motivate the employees in parallel and align them to work harder, cooperate, and be supportive of each other.
As a conclusion, from this video excerpt, we can learn about the ethic in communicating in the working environment. Believe it or not, it can benefit your career and improve your chance of future success by make and interact professionally. Hence, we can conclude that the behavior or the way we communicate reflect ourselves, and how people can judge our attitude by the way we communicate. That's all from us. Hope you enjoy our presentation and thank you.